I was so speechless. I texted him as soon as and I sent him the picture. He was like, what that mean? Guys, male species, human beings, y'all get on my nerves. I was like, what is that? Really? Really? He said, what that mean? I was like, he a man. So I was like, it's positive. What that mean? Now you pushing it. It means I could be pregnant. So he was like, how? I don't know. I said, I don't know. I don't know. You asking me? I don't know. Ask God. So I said, I'm gonna take another one in the morning to make sure. My mind was blown. It was completely blown. So the next morning, took it, same thing, real fast. I'm like, oh my gosh. He had to convince me again. I said, let me go to the doctor and we gonna see. So I told him that, and he was real nonchalant about it. And I'm like, and you know what? It was a point that I wasn't gonna tell him at all, because if a woman were to come to you, and it really hurt me for you to question if it was true because of the connection I thought we had. It was crazy for you to question that. And that's what hurt me, because it's like, you questioning that, and we got a connection. I would have told you, like, so it was like, you really questioning me. And that's what really had hurt me, is just like, you questioning it, because he was really nonchalant. Like, he was like, we'll see, because that ain't even possible. I didn't think it was possible either. But you know what? I knew who I laid up with. Like, it was really hurtful that he was just so nonchalant about it. Because at the point, I was like, I'm not even going to tell him, because you come to a woman and you be like, a woman, I hope you don't come to a woman. A woman comes to you and she tells you that she's pregnant and y'all use protection. I know that sounds crazy. You feel like, what the word? Because it sounds crazy to me. Anybody that hears it be like, that sounds so crazy. You sure it didn't rip or nothing? It was nothing. I seen when he took it, like when we were done and, the ending, nothing. It was no dripping, no nothing. So I'm like, I didn't understand it at all. Like, and others was confused too, and I'm like, I don't know, that's God's doing. Like, I can't question that. Like, I was questioning, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll talk about that later on. But it was just like, I don't understand. I still don't. Like, it's when I tell people, birth control, condoms, all that. If you really don't want to have no kids, just don't have sex. Because if God wants you to have a child, you're going to have a child. Unless you against having a child and you want to adopt or abortion and stuff. But I'm against all of that. I made this child. So yeah. So he was all nonchalant. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm over here still panicking. So I think I made an appointment ASAP, and confirmed. She came in. Congratulations, you're pregnant. And I was like, not happy. I texted him. He was like, dang. And I was like, can I see you? Like, he's like, no. Like, he was just, after that, it was completely different. Like, I have known this dude since I was 15. And we was always close. Like, no matter how long we took, no matter how long we took with not talking, like, anytime we talk back again, that connection, like, it just come back and we just be cool. So it was like, wow, I don't know this guy. I do not know him. And yeah, throughout the whole pregnancy, he wasn't there. I just wanted him to be there. I just wanted him to be there mentally and emotionally. He wasn't there. At my first trimester, I went through it alone. I didn't tell nobody. Me and him was the only two that know, and the doctor, thank God. We was the only ones that knew. And I didn't have nobody to talk to. Like, when I would just be nauseous, like, oh my gosh, the first trimester was terrible, horrible. I felt bad. I couldn't do anything, and I don't see how no one knew. My job say that they knew because I was going to the restroom a lot and I was eating more, but I always ate a lot. So, but they say I was eating more, I was sleeping more on my breaks and all that, so they said they knew. But hey, but it didn't come out my mouth. So yeah, it was just me and him knew, and I would try to talk to him and he just would be so off, and I'm like, we had a friendship connection this whole time. I'm 26 now, for like 11 years, and when I say I'm pregnant with your child, you just turn to a whole stranger. And that's what happened. We would have like little conversations throughout the whole like pregnancy, you know. We'd be like, okay, it'll get back, and then it'll just be like, psh, and it'll just be a stranger. And I'm like, well, I'm having a child with a stranger. Like, my plan, the plan that I thought I was going to have, it was out the window. I was supposed to be. It's like at that time of my life when I was living, I was great and happy. I had my plans on what I wanted to do in life. I was getting towards reaching those goals. You know, I was doing great, but I let the world get into my head and tell me that living for God was boring. I let the world get into my head telling me that living for God was not for me. You know, I let the world get into my head, and that caused me to just knock me off my plan, you know, knock me off what I feel like God had for me. Like, I was doing great, and it's like God punished me because I still got pregnant using protection. God, no joking, no holes, no leaks, no nothing, no rips, nada. And that's what the doctor's thinking. I'm telling them, like, I got pregnant using. They're like, well, you know holes in, and I'm like, there was nothing, but no one believes me, and nobody that watches this video probably will believe me. But it is possible, really possible, and here we are today, and I have a 6-month-old daughter who's sleeping in my arms right now. It is very possible. So I just say, and it's like my life is nowhere where I want it to be. Like, I was supposed to be married, first and foremost, because that's what celibacy is for, to firstly honor God and save yourself for the person that God has for you, so you can become one with that person, you know, soul ties and all that. That's a whole nother topic. But, you know, for that one person, and, you know, I had a baby by somebody I was not in love with. I love him. That's my friend. That was my friend, because now he's a stranger. But that was my friend, and that I thought I knew, you know. Been knowing him since we were younger. So, I thought I knew this guy, but I really didn't. And, yeah. So, hey. It's crazy, but... And I'm sorry, I know. This my first video, so... I'm probably going all over the place. When I tell stories, I go detail, then I'll move it, so I'm sorry if I'm getting out of. But yeah, it's just, so the pregnancy went on, and it's just, it was like God, he really fixed me with this. He really fixed me, because I've always had times where I'm like, it never fails. Like, every time I would say, okay, I'm getting closer, and I'm staying closer to him. I will always get distracted. And this really knocked me off mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. It really broke me. It broke me. That one little time where I said I want to have fun. One little time, the first time, protection, everything. That one little time, I said I want to have fun. I'm now a single mom, and I'm trying to build myself back up while also raising a child. And I just really hope my story makes people just realize that live at your own beat, like at your own pace. You know, no matter what people say, like you bored or you, be that. That's you. Live that. That's you. That's what you're supposed to be. That's you. You know, don't let no one knock you off your path. I'm getting kind of emotional because it's like, it really still hits me to this day. Like, I'm not going at the rate that I wanted to. And a person that I thought was my friend became a complete stranger. And God really took me through a lot, you know. From that one time of me wanting to have fun and walk outside his will, I dealt with the consequences. And I was broken completely. In every way you can think of. In the times of my pregnancy, I dealt with it, with depression, because I thought that everything my life would go different than what it was. After I had my baby, I dealt with postpartum depression. I struggled with it. I got diagnosed with something called life adjustment disorder. I think it's postpartum adjustment, something like that, disorder. And that one night of fun trying to walk outside God's will. So I just say, everybody, you keep God first at all times. Obey him and honor him with your life, because consequences will come. And I was really broken, and I'm still trying to build myself back up. And as you can see, like I showed y'all the real me. Like this is how I look, like a tired mom all the time. You know, I'm trying to get back into trying to balance, you know, taking care of my daughter and taking care of me. And yeah, that's my testimony. I probably left out details and stuff, but basically I'm just saying, like, don't walk outside God's will. Stay focused. Continue seeking God. Don't matter what everybody else is saying, like, you trying to follow God, you can't do this. You can. You can. You can do whatever you put your mind to. I'm not scratched that. You can do whatever God strengthens you to do. And that's anything on this earth. If it's in his will, you can do it. And if you don't know what your will is, you ask God. You know, and it's like now at this point, I don't even know what it is anymore. I don't. Besides, you know, I know to be a mother. But it's like, my whole mind, everything is just... But yeah. Oh, excuse me. That's my testimony. And yeah, so y'all, you can continue seeking God.